It just started.
Okay. Hi guys, we're live at 5, and this is our third Ask A Realtor show. Lee is not with us today, but he will return. So this week, and from every week from here on out, we're going to have a planned topic of discussion. This week's topic is questions that most often asked by home buyers. We hear these pretty often, so they're going to be kind of easy for us this week. Courtney, do you want to start?
Yep. The first one, how many homes should I see before making an offer? Right now, there are fewer houses to choose from. So the value might be going up while you're looking and waiting for that perfect house. So as soon as you see something that you like and you want to move on it very quickly. Anything to add to that? It's a very short answer.
It's difficult because sometimes a lot of folks feel that they want to see everything that's currently available. And most buyers start out that way. But there's nothing worse than a buyer that has their heart set on put an offer and find out they're competing and there's multiple offers and then they lose it.
And it's happening more often than not right now.
Because there's so few houses to choose from. The other thing that's happening right now is folks are thinking or wishing, that sounds terrible, they want to buy a house, and because interest rates have gone up and values have gone up, maybe what they were looking at in their price range a year ago is no longer in their price range.
Right.
And they're hoping that a house is going to come on the market that meets what they're looking for in their price range, and it's not. So more buyers are adjusting to getting houses that maybe don't suit them perfectly, but realize that they can make it work or do the repairs.
Right.
I guess you shouldn't ask me if I have anything to add.
No, that's good.
I talk too much.
Next, how quickly can I close? If you're making a cash offer, you can usually close in 2 weeks. With a loan, you're going to more commonly close within 45 to 60 days. Usually you want to wait on the longer side of that.
To be safe.
Yeah, to be safe.
I can do one.
Yeah, you do one. We'll mix it up.
What is an earnest money deposit? For a real estate contract to be a legal contract, you have to put some money down. The amount down shows how serious you are about purchasing the house. You'll find that it varies sometimes by area. Here in Carbon County, I would say the most common deposit is $1,000. And that doesn't, that comes back to you if the offer's not accepted. So that only gets deposited usually if they accept your offer.
Yeah.
Should I do another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have the same. When can I back out if I change my mind? When you're under contract, first of all, an offer is actually filling out the agreement of sale. So you will sign a 13-page contract. In that contract, which is agreement of sale, if the seller accepts, then you go under contract. There are a few places where you can get out of the offer. The biggest one is for inspections. You, the buyer, elect how many days you have to get your inspections done. Let's say you say 15. If you get your inspections done before that 15 days, you can get out of that contract and get your deposit back. Simply
Put the mute on. Just mute it.
That's why we're live.
There we go.
You can get out of it. You don't even have to tell the seller what part of the inspection you didn't like. Another place where you can get out of the contract is if you make your offer contingent on getting approved for a mortgage, and for some reason you don't get approved for the mortgage. But other than the inspections time, and if the mortgage doesn't, and if you have it contingent like on selling another house and it didn't sell. But the short answer is the contract will have 1 or 2 opportunities that you can get out of the contract under certain circumstances.
This is a good question to ask next then. The next question was, can I buy a home and sell my current one at the same time? Another contingency. Yes, you can make an offer contingent upon the sale of your home existing. If the sale of your home falls through, then you can get out of that other offer, which is what she said.
Right.
So yes.
And actually, that's pretty common. A lot
Yeah.
of people close on both properties on the same day. I will tell you that that's double stress.
Double stress, right?
But the title companies and the agents are that's fairly common. In the current market, because it's such a seller's market, most sellers are not likely to accept an offer contingent upon a sale unless that buyer's house is already under contract. So, okay, who's turn? Me?
Yeah.
What do you think the seller will accept as a fair price? We get asked this question a lot. I'm proud to say that if you ever have a Castle Gate agent working as your buyer's agent, they will do a market analysis for you and tell you what they believe, in their professional opinion, the current market value of that house to be. Now, that's based on similar properties that sold in the past 12 months. It's important to note that in the current market, in some pockets, there are so few houses available that the house may sell much higher than what houses sold for in the past 12 months because the market's moving. But your agent can give you your Castle Gate agent.
Yeah, your Castle Gate agent can
give
do that.
You a good market analysis and advise you on where the market's going. So that you never, because otherwise buyers have no idea what the value of the house is. There's no way. Home sellers have no idea. They have Zillow,
yeah,
and the Zestimates are often not correct. So unless they have a professional appraiser or an agent do a market analysis, they have no way of knowing. So it's important to choose a good buyer's agent who's going to do that and not just look at you and say, how much do you want to offer? Right?
Right. Next is, should I get a home inspection? Absolutely, you should get a home inspection. It's an upfront cost that you pay right on the spot when you're done, right?
Yep.
But it's worth every single penny to do this. You'll have a much better idea of what's in the home, and again, you'll have the chance to get out of the contract if you decide that there's something you don't like there. So definitely worth every penny to do that.
I would add that some people who buy new construction, they assume, I don't have to get a home inspection, but that's not necessarily true. You still want to get a home inspector to inspect new construction. Are we on? Just looking to see if we have any. I don't see it. Are we live, Ash?
Yes.
Okay. I will. You have two, I have one. I'll do one.
No, I have one. You have more.
Oh my gosh. Here, you get another one. Do I really need a realtor when buying a house? It is not a requirement. Some people go and buy, it's like see a for sale by owner. You can go as a buyer, unrepresented, to a house that's listed with a seller and go to a title company and get what you need, or an attorney. A realtor is not a requirement. However, strongly recommended. Agents are in this, we're in this 24/7. We know the market, we know the rules, we know we can help you avoid pitfalls. When you do run into unexpected circumstances, we can refer you to professionals who will help you through it. We've probably been through the scenario many times and can advise you and help save you time, money. And then there's that whole value thing. If you're a buyer and you go to for sale by owner, neither of you truly knows the value of that home. So there's a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay.
What if my offer's rejected? What if the offer's rejected? I don't know how to address that. I mean...
Okay, let me... when a seller gets an offer, they have three options. They can accept it, reject it, or counter it. A counter offer is any change. If they don't like the closing date, if they don't like the price, if they don't want to give you that stainless steel refrigerator that you asked for, any change in your offer voids your offer, becomes a counter offer, and it's a new offer from them back to you. So usually most agents encourage their clients to counter offer, because at least that keeps the negotiation going. If somebody flat out rejects your offer, it usually implies that their bottom line is probably a lot higher
Right.
than where your offer was at. And it doesn't mean that you can't put in another offer. Did we cover that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I talk with a bank before looking at houses? Emphatically, yes. 1,000,000 times, yes. I get that people want to start looking before they're quite ready, but the statistics say 1 in 4 people have a mistake on their credit report. And sometimes that mistake can take weeks or even months to fix. So it's good to go to a lender in the beginning, find out, have them run your credit, run the numbers, tell you what you currently qualify for. There may be something that you can pay off or work on, and in 2 months you may be willing to get a much lower interest rate or afford more of a house. So those are all questions for lenders, and we're going to have lenders on our show. So definitely be thinking about your lender questions. But 1,000,000 times yes, talk to a bank. Not only about what can you afford, but the different kinds of loans. Different kinds of loans require different amounts down. There's just so much. So yes.
Last question. Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How long does the seller have to respond to your offer? It's built in the offer, a deadline that they have to respond by. It's usually 24 to 48 hours, typically.
The buyer
which
chooses.
we can,
The
yeah,
buyer
exactly,
chooses,
as you
yeah.
choose. If they don't respond within the time that we write in, your offer then becomes void. But you could always write another offer, give them more time then to decide. Anything else you want to touch on that?
I'm sorry, I got distracted because I was trying to see if somebody is. Okay.
We can't see it on Facebook right now. We're
Yeah.
trying to, but we can't.
What if somebody's posting a question? Can you see?
We can't.
If somebody's...
No one's posting questions. Someone's watching though.
Hi. We're working on adding these to YouTube so that there'll be a library if you're a home buyer and you want to see, or seller next week. Maybe not next week, depending on if we have our guest. But then the next topic that we do is going to be questions that home sellers often ask.
Right.
Is that it?
Might be it.
So we hope this was helpful to you. Remember Castle Gate Realty? Have a good night, guys.